The Bushes. When your family uses millions to become presidents. In the intricate web of American political history, the phenomenon of presidential families is a perennial topic of both intrigue and, at times, controversy. Placed beside dynastic names like Roosevelt, Kennedy, and Adams, the Bush family carves its unique niche, perhaps more contentious than its predecessors. Unlike the direct lineage of power seen in other 20th century dynasties, where the Roosevelts and Kennedys, being among America's richest families at the time, played a pivotal role, the Bushes charted a different course. In today's episode, we detail how the story of the Bush family is not just about reaching the zenith of political influence. It encapsulates the dual American ethos of entrepreneurship and self-appointed public duty. Their journey, mired in debate and discussion, offers a fascinating insight into the dynamics of power and privilege in the United States. So join us for the ride as we describe how the Bush family went from old money to Chapter 1. European Roots and Gaining Wealth. Presidents emerging from Europe in the 1600s, the Bush family name weaves through the fabric of history, marking not only a journey of political prominence, but also a richly layered ancestral heritage. This epic tale, steeped in tradition and crossing oceans, echoes the transformative journey of a family that would come to leave an unforgettable mark on American leadership and culture. The Bush family's European lineage primarily encompasses English and German descent. Samuel Bush, born in 1647, marked the beginning of the family's American saga. Extensive research by British genealogist Roger Power has even linked the Bushes to the British royal family. Notably, George H.W. Bush, the 41st President of the United States, is a 13th cousin, twice removed, of the late Queen Elizabeth II. This royal connection extends to various historical figures, including King Henry II, Charles Hughes' mistress Barbara Villiers, and Mary, the younger sister of Henry VI. However, the Bush family's American journey gained momentum in the mid-19th century. Among the first Bush ancestors in the USA was George Washington Bush, a mixed-race pioneer, and one of the earliest permanent settlers in the Washington Territory. Next, Samuel Prescott Bush, a minister's son, was instrumental in establishing the family's fortune. He rose from an apprenticeship to become the president of Buckeye Steel Castings Company, the third largest steel coupler producer in the U.S. at the turn of the century. His tenure at Buckeye Steel Castings, once controlled by Frank Rockefeller, brother of John D. Rockefeller, marked a significant step in the family's ascent to prominence. Samuel Prescott Bush's influence extended beyond his industrial endeavors. He co-founded the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, presided over the Ohio Manufacturing Association, and served on the board of the Federal Reserve Bank of Cleveland. Appointed to Herbert Hoover's President's Committee for Unemployment Relief, he forged an even stronger relationship with the Rockefeller family, further cementing the Bush family's status in American history. Therefore, this legacy of wealth accumulation through investment banking and wartime business ventures has been a hallmark of the Bush family. Their business interests have spanned from Halliburton to Merrill Lynch, and they have famously even ventured into Major League sports team ownership. Chapter 2. Prescott Bush. The Patriarchs Rise. Prescott Sheldon Bush, born on the 15th of May 1895 in Columbus, Ohio, emerged from an already formidable brood. In the chronicles of American soft power, his parents, Samuel Prescott Bush and Flora Sheldon Bush, provided him with a nurturing environment that fostered an appreciation for education and sports. Indeed, Prescott was one of 5 children, showcasing his athletic prowess at St. George's School in Rhode Island, and later at Yale University, where he excelled in baseball and golf. Standing an impressive 6'4" tall, the outbreak of World War I in 1917 marked a pivotal moment in Prescott Bush's life. Post-war life saw Prescott Bush returning to a civilian existence, gradually immersing himself in local politics. At the time, he and his wife began raising what would become a family of 5 children: Prescott Jr., George H.W., more on him later, Jonathan, William, or Bucky, and Nancy. Prescott Bush's military service ingrained a deep sense of honor and duty, qualities that later influenced his political ambitions. Furthermore, Prescott Bush's post-military career was marked by a series of strategic moves in the business world. Starting in 1919 with the Simmons Hardware Company in St. Louis, Missouri, he then transitioned to Columbus, Ohio, working for the Hupp Products Company. His journey led him to Massachusetts, where he became the president of sales for Stedman Products in 1927. A significant career shift occurred when he joined W.A. Harriman and Company. A bank later merged with Brown Brothers. Here, Bush honed his investment management and advisory skills, attracting high-profile clients, including the Harrimans themselves. Controversy, however, was not far from Prescott Bush's storied career. An investment bank that was a clearinghouse for assets and enterprises held by Fritz Thyssen, a German steel magnate and early Nazi supporter. In 1942, during World War II, the U.S. government seized the bank under the Trading with the Enemy Act, amidst suspicions of holding gold. Chapter 3. O delves into the life and political journey of George H.W. Bush, tracing his path from his adolescent years to becoming the 41st President of the United States. It begins by highlighting Bush's formative years at Phillips Academy, Andover, where he demonstrated leadership qualities as the senior class president and excelled in sports. His decision to enlist in the United States Navy after the attack on Pearl Harbor marked a significant turning point in his life, leading to his service as a naval aviator during World War II. Bush's military tenure was remarkable, including 58 combat missions and acts of valor that earned him several awards, such as the Distinguished Flying Cross and 3 Air Medals. The chapter then shifts focus to Bush's personal life, detailing his marriage to Barbara Pierce in 1945 and their enduring union that spanned 73 years, resulting in the birth of 6 children. Bush's successful presidential campaign in 1988, marked by a focus on continuing Reagan's legacy and aggressive strategies against opponent Michael Dukakis, culminated in his presidency. His tenure witnessed significant events, including the Americans with Disabilities Act and the Clean Air Act amendments. Internationally, Bush navigated the end of the Cold War and led the U.S. in the First Gulf War. Chapter 4 explores the life and political journey of George W. Bush, the 43rd President of the United States. Born on July 6, 1946, in New Haven, Connecticut, Bush's early years were marked by the tragedy of losing his sister Robin to leukemia, which deeply affected him. He attended Yale University, where he pursued a history degree amidst controversy surrounding his acceptance into the Texas Air National Guard during the Vietnam War era. Bush's early adulthood was characterized by excessive drinking, though he later embraced sobriety in the 1970s. In 1977, he married Laura Welch, and together they had twin daughters, Jenna and Barbara. Laura Bush's influence extended to his political career as she championed education, healthcare, and human rights. George W. Bush's political journey began earnestly in 1994 when he ran for governor of Texas, winning with 53% of the vote. As governor, he focused on principles like limited government and personal responsibility, achieving significant education reforms despite facing scrutiny for his policies on capital punishment and education. His successful governorship led to national attention and his nomination as the Republican Party's presidential candidate in 2000. The contentious 2000 presidential campaign against Vice President Al Gore culminated in a Supreme Court decision to halt the recount in Florida, effectively handing the presidency to Bush. As president, Bush faced major challenges, including the 9/11 terrorist attacks, which transformed him into a wartime president. While his initial response garnered public approval, his administration's subsequent actions, particularly the invasion of Iraq, attracted intense scrutiny and criticism. Domestically, Bush's policies, such as tax cuts and promoting an ownership society, sparked controversy. His presidency was characterized by a distinctive speaking style and a tight administration structure, with influential figures like Vice President Dick Cheney. Despite the controversies and divisions of his presidency, George W. Bush's tenure catapulted the family name to new heights, reflecting the social power and political muscle of the Bush family. Chapter 5 delves into the diverse paths taken by other members of the modern Bush family, beyond the realm of politics dominated by George H.W. Bush and George W. Bush. John Ellis Jeb Bush, born in 1953, chose to establish his own identity after graduating from the University of Texas. He ventured into banking and later real estate development in Florida. Jeb's political career peaked with his election as Florida's governor in 1999, during which he advocated for immigration reform and made a bid for the Republican presidential nomination in 2016, although unsuccessfully. Despite his failed presidential campaign, Jeb's political endeavors have significantly contributed to the Bush family's legacy. In contrast, William Hall Billy Bush, born in 1971, diverged from the family's political trajectory by pursuing a career in entertainment. Known for his work on syndicated entertainment news shows, Billy has maintained an apolitical stance, focusing on his individual career in the entertainment industry. This career choice has diversified the Bush family's public image, extending their influence beyond politics. However, both Jeb and Billy have faced their share of challenges and controversies. Billy Bush encountered a personal scandal involving Donald Trump and the infamous locker room talk conversation, which garnered significant media attention. Jeb Bush's 2016 presidential campaign struggled to gain traction, leading to his withdrawal after the South Carolina Republican primary. Additionally, other members of the Bush family are active in various sectors. Dorothy Bush Koch, known as Doro, is an author and philanthropist who contributes to health and wellness initiatives and literacy programs. Neil Bush is a businessman who chairs several foundations, including those focused on literacy and U.S.-China relations. Overall, Chapter 5 highlights the diverse paths and contributions of various members of the modern Bush family, showcasing their impact beyond the political arena. Thanks for watching. Kindly like and subscribe for more videos. In the comments section of the post, please tell me how many you discovered.